I want to talk about Arnold Classic 2021 and your predictions on it. Are you familiar with the lineup at all?
Not the full lineup. No, I know. I think Bonac is definitely going back to defend it.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
Yeah,
Ruli, Winkler, Nick Walker, Akeem
yeah,
Williams,
he,
Ian Layer. Yeah, that's that. Ian is actually becoming one of the top contenders from the new school. He's been
yeah.
performing
No, no,
extremely
he's on a roll. He's on a roll. I mean, I never seen somebody peak 3 times, so that's just going to be his only challenge, you know. And then at the same time, I mean, peak for the Olympia. So he does have his challenges just on that behalf, but he's definitely on a roll. He came in rock hard. I mean, he got harder on the second show in Texas than he did on the first. So I believe Steve Kuklos is also on the roster.
Yeah, Steve Kuklo. We also have Max Charles.
Max Charles.
We have Cedric
That's
McMillan says he's
underrated,
going to compete too.
underrated Max Charles. I think he comes in great, for his age and the way he comes in, streamlined. He keeps his waist down. I think he's definitely underrated. I think he should. Hopefully, he'll get a fair. You know, I don't know what would happen. So who else we have? I think it's about 14 athletes, right?
14 athletes, yeah. Lionel Biaki, William Bonac, Max Charles, Sung Chung Lee, Mohammed El Imam, Steve Kuklo, Cedric McMillan, Hassan Mustafa, Sergio Oliva Jr., Justin Rodriguez, Ian Bayer, Akeem Williams, Nick Walker, and Ruli Winkler.
Yeah. So Rolly for him, he's so close. He's definitely a fan favorite always. Uh, Yeah, if he could just come in to, I think one of his best showing was at the either the New York Pro or the 2009 Olympia. He brings anything close to that. I mean, Rolly can be the one to crush anybody because one, he has the muscle for it, and he has a judge and fan favorite for him. So Rolly could be it. Ian is on a roll. He could be it. Akeem Williams has just been rising. He's been rising. He's been sneaking up. He's big as hell. I saw him this weekend. He still has time to really sharpen up. He's got a new coach, and I think Akeem is definitely a force to be reckoned. Justin Rodriguez made the right move to skip one other contest, because he won the Indy, then he lost in New York to Nick Walker. Nick Walker is just a beast. This kid is young. He's right now riding the high wave of bringing the full package of size and conditioning. Nick Walker, definitely a fan of his because he looks like such a nice guy, and when you see him and you talk to him, he is who he is. I like Ian. To tell you the truth, I like most of the guys that are competing. So I'm gonna keep this as neutral as possible based on their physiques. Not the personalities. So anybody who watches this is all on physiques. And one of the guys from Middle East you just mentioned too. I think he's Abdullah's coaching him.
We have Hassan Mustafa and we have Mohammed El Imam.
Yeah, yeah. Sam Mustafa, he's just one of those guys that I really like his physique because he reminds me of Paul DeMayo. You know, I was a big Paul DeMayo fan. Rest in peace, Paul. I never met him, and I'm one of those guys that pictures a thousand words. I would look at a picture, I would look at the person, and I would just kind of make my own, just kind of thought of how the person is. He looked like he was a very nice guy. On top of that, he was Quadzilla, the original, no, actually second Quadzilla after, Tom Platz. But definitely Hassan Mustafa, he's just right there, man. I don't know what it is. I think is Chris Aceto still coaching him. I don't know, but he is so close, and it's like one of those things where you're like, man, you almost had it. But I know when he nails it, he's gonna crush a lot of people, because he has a massive Rolly. He has the quads of Big Ramy, and he's just complete. A lot of these guys that usually do have the big quads, they have the narrow shoulders. He's completely all around big and full. He's just not getting the separation, not getting the dryness and conditioning he needs. Justin, by far, he's gonna step up there being the best shape. And if he comes in with that condition, and hopefully he nails it. I know he was having trouble at the New York Pro with the lat spread, and I know with the pressure of the New York Pro and Nick Walker getting all the presses that he's gonna conquer. I guess the pressure I know could be a lot of things, but if he keeps his head straight, I think Justin is definitely one of the best shape guys up there. Sergio Oliva, I mean, with that break he had, I think he should. He was. I think he won best poser last time, right? Yeah. So he does a great presentation, but I hope he focuses on his bringing in his mass and his conditioning. His presentation is definitely not his weakness. It's just coming in, make sure he comes in full as possible. With the long break that he had, I think that should help him, or I hope not break him. Because now you have a lot of these guys going in with momentum, and momentum is a big plus in this because now you're just going riding the wave in there. So it's gonna be a great Arnold. I'm gonna be there front and center. I'm gonna take a lot of good seats of anybody who jumps ship on Arnold. I'm gonna be there, and I'm actually make myself available to work for them. And this is just something. If they let me do anything for them, hey, I'll be glad. To be. Happy to be part of anything Arnold. And again, this is because since I was a kid, since Conan, I mean, this is, you see the fan in me, right? Right,
Yeah,
Vlad? You see it,
absolutely, of
right?
course. Now, Akeem Williams, I think it's really cool how Akeem is now a part of the conversation when it comes to like actually winning, the top shows. And I think that happened after the Olympia of last year. He placed very high, I think it was sixth place, right? And that was his highest placing. And now he's like in the how people say in the conversation to actually
Yeah,
win. And you know him very well, right? Obviously, and
yeah.
you were part of the same team at one point with MHP. Like, what do you think changed? Because he was always huge, right? What did he do different last year that suddenly he's now became a top contender?
Well, one of the things was he stopped drinking so much damn soda. Like King used to drink soda, so much damn soda that I said, dude. So I mean, when it comes to cutting water, you really don't have that much water to cut, so you're not gonna get any harder. This is something he knows we talked about, and he started dropping the soda and drinking more water. But at the same time, the help that he got from Oscar and the level that Oscar pushed him to definitely helped him break barriers. Akeem is just strong. He's very pleasing to watch to train because he focuses on his great form. He has great lifts. He's definitely a strong bodybuilder, but also not a sloppy trainer. He doesn't execute his exercises sloppy. So Akeem is one of the guys that keeps building, keeps getting better because of the way he trains and his consistency. And I don't think he has any real deterrence when it comes to life. He still doesn't have any kids. He's been with his wifey girlfriend for a long time. Akeem is focused. He's focused, and he's getting there. He's getting there. You've seen him climbing up. He's only placing higher, and I think he's gonna be definitely one of the top contenders for the Arnold. So I wouldn't be surprised if he wins within the top three big dogs up there. And he's just one of those guys. I mean, he guest posed this weekend. I posted some pictures. Uh, I know Sean Clarita got a little angry.
What happened? What happened with Sean?
Sean Clarita was like, you posted pictures. I'm like, so did the other 150 people that were
Well, what
here.
was the issue with it?
No, because I think he's trying to do wear the sweater, don't look at me, kind of
Oh, okay,
or
okay.
surprise look. But I'm like, this is not 2 weeks out, you know. Sean, I heard that, Sean. I know you didn't say that, but I heard it through the people that. But I did post a picture again.
That was New Jersey Championships, right?
Yes, New Jersey Championship. I went in as a judge. I always wanted to judge, but I don't judge. I don't force myself to judge, but I was asked to judge. So for me to judge and being asked to judge is something that, yes, I was invited to the party, you know.
Right. But was it hard for you to judge?
Not at all. Not at all. Because I don't care who I knew up there. I don't care who I didn't know. I place them like they are, man. And that's where people don't get it twisted. You know, don't get it twisted. Don't think, oh, Victor's judging. I know him. Listen, guys, I'm gonna keep it straight, man. If you are fourth, you're gonna be fourth. And if you are first, you're gonna get that first. You know, I'm not gonna misplace you based on me knowing you. I'm not gonna do that. Preference I'm not gonna be anti. Biased on this. It's just I'm gonna place you as it is. I'm playing the role as a judge, really as a judge. And all I did was I think the first hour after prejudging and the last hour after the night show was give real feedbacks to the athletes, and some of them I even commented on their posts. Hey, you could be pro this year. So they're getting real feedback. I don't mind taking the time, and I even took notes because I know this is I believe my only second time judging. Again, thank you, Steve, for inviting me. And I took notes because I said, you know what, just in case they do ask me, I just don't want to say get harder, get bigger. I want to give them a real feedback. So when it was usually on the top five, I would take small notes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, small notes, 2 pointers on what to bring up, and I still have a couple of them to answer on. And yes, I like judging because it brings me back to me myself being up there. And thank you to all the judges that judged me in the beginning, because even when I expected to win and I lost, I knew how to beat myself up to get myself back up to win that next show. For me, my own feedback was just looking at pictures. Who has pictures of the show? Who had taken any pictures? I would look at the pictures, and I was my own worst critic. Usually never asked the judge, but I know the kids now, and most people, they do want that real feedback. They want to improve, and when they do that, I think also it shows how serious they are. Because I want to make sure that they really, when they ask me that, so I know they are serious. So I want to give them a serious answer.
I want to ask you about guys like Steve Kuklo. You know Steve,
Yes, yes, yes.
and
Yes.
also
King Snake.
William Bonac. Yeah, William Bonac. Right now, if you look at their physiques, right, I really admire their physiques. Because I feel like they're great. You know what I mean? If you look at those guys, right, for example, great bodybuilders, from your point of view as a professional, what improvements do they need to make to place, let's say, higher at Olympia? Because if you really look at them, like, how people say Big Ramy needed conditioning, right? That was the biggest criticism. He needed conditioning, and that
Yeah,
was everybody across the board said that. But when you look at Steve, for example, and I'm not comparing their physiques, but I'm just saying they both look like they achieved greatness already in their physiques. Like, what would it
yeah.
take for them to win the Olympia or Arnold Classic?
With them, it's just refining. I mean, Bonac last year, I know he came down a little lighter. He cannot afford to come in 5, 10 pounds lighter at all when it comes to Bonac. It was a significant notice last year. Oh, he looked a little smaller. I remember because I didn't sit too far behind the judges, and that was the only thing that hurt him slightly, Bonac, especially when you're standing up there with the Wolf, Hadi Chopra. Um, it was. it was noticed. It was noticed on his side slightly, and that's why he etched them out on that placing. So William knows he can't afford to come in the extra 5 pounds. The extra 5 pounds on his frame, you can notice it. And now when it goes to Steve Kuklos, he's big, he's full, he has no weak parts that I've noticed, and with him, it's just again his refinement is when he loses condition, it can tell on his body when you don't see the detail, so with him it's just keep that refinement. He doesn't need more size. He doesn't have to worry about his midsection. Same thing with Bonac. His midsection goes slightly off because of his short torso. It's noticeable right away. So it's by a smidget of a detail that they can make a difference and make an impact. So either way, they can do great by making those small little detail changes, or do very bad by ignoring them. So again, there are the most complete guys that don't need anything to be upgraded muscle wise, other than just stay sharp, come in condition, and I think you'll seal the deal and your placements.
And Bonac did win the Arnold Classic. Actually, just it's all about winning the Olympia for him now.
Yeah, yeah, just winning the Olympia. He's been close. He's been close. I think he got the closest 2 years ago. Was his closest, and when Chopin came in, Chopin just came in better. His second Olympia, very noticeably better. He's I like Bonac's upper body a little bit more. He has more complete arms and shoulders, where Chopin is still. I think his tricep is getting a little bit noticeably not as the bellies, but that's the only thing. He has quads, There's something about Middle East and guys from Egypt. I don't know. I said it. I don't know if I said it on your page. I think they're born with their legs first instead of their heads first. Because these guys have quads for days, right?